Okay, so we're here talking to Dee and Sheree. We just watched Missy Elliott's video of Gossip Folk. And so Dee picked this video, so we're going to start with Dee. Make sure you talk loud because
Okay.
we're using a webcam.
Alright.
Um, so what did you think was the message of this video?
Okay, well, basically, the title implies and speaks of people gossiping about one another. Gossip folk. The chorus, she's like, don't worry about who I'm speaking of, if the name matter ain't yours. So it's like, don't worry about me, gossiping about, what I'm saying, me. And I felt like I just picked up on this because it's like it's in high school, like it's a high school, so this is like some high school shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so it's like gossiping is high school. Don't worry about me. You know what I mean? Type thing.
Okay. Well, along those lines, so an introduction kind of to black female rhetoric. Black women kind of use their words and use these stories. So Missy Elliott is also considered black woman rhetoric. She kind of uses these stories to explore like her own life, and then also to tell a story about like something that's going on in the real world. So she uses her own life as kind of a reflection or mirror to like the rest of the world. And so part of that is using narrative sequencing, which is like a really big aspect in black women's rhetoric. It's like telling a bunch of stories to make one point. And so I kind of see like some of the things you were saying, like the way that they're using gossip, which gossip is a story, right?
Yeah.
Gossip is a story that somebody makes up, kind of,
Mhm.
and they're using all of those different stories to make one point that none of these stories are true.
Right.
That's the main that's one of her points in the movie, like, and in the video is that there's all these different stories, but which one of these is a real story? So
Right.
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 So you kind of see how like she's saying something about like herself and her own life and maybe her own experiences,
Mhm.
but then also about like our social situation. So there's a lot of stories we hear from like media, news, like videos, but which one of these are the real stories and the ones that
Right.
like are really influential and like really the truth about
Right.
what are we seeing?
And I feel like she chose all the places where females usually get into a fight, like the bus, the
Oh, see,
bathroom, the
that's something interesting.
cafeteria.
That's interesting, like visually, because Missy Elliott really uses her body and really uses her videos to be expressive. Like some of the things that we like in Missy Elliott's like documentary behind the scenes, she
Mhm.
talked about her growing up, and they actually cut her from her very first video. The very first video, like she did a rap on, they used a different woman for that.
Oh
So she's
yeah.
using her bodies to like really defend that
Oh
space. Like this
yeah.
is a place where black women are constantly engaging in battles with each other, maybe with an expectation, maybe, and she's using that space to like actually battle it out with like the words and the imagery she's using. So that's also rhetoric. So that might be her experience, but that also might be the experience of all black women in the world. These are spaces where they have to fight. So sure, what do
Very
you
true.
think? What was your opinion about the video?
Um, Basically what Dee said about how gossiping is usually associated with something that's juvenile and immature, so that it took place in the high school is kind of symbolism. And also, as far as gossip, usually it's something exaggerated. So I felt like she used that in maybe the outfit she used, or the principal like meeting with the mom and they're doing it's just exaggerating everything, because usually a principal would not do that with like a student's mom. So like everything was just over the top exaggerated, because that's usually what gossip is.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's definitely an aspect too because rhetoric is all about language and language builds meaning for everything. So if you're exaggerating something, you could say, the sky is blue, or you can say like, it was an ocean or whatever. You can make it to be out, way more or way less than you want it to be. So like the way that she uses the language to either over exaggerate the situation or underemphasize something, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe the fact that it was in specific places, I didn't notice that. That was, an underemphasization. But the aspects where, Ludacris came in with rapping and somebody else was rapping, those kinds of things, like, did you bring in a different perspective? Emphasize the fact that this comes from, all over the place. So all the ways that you can use a language and use this language to just talk about the situation that you want to talk about. And all of that is black women's rhetoric. It's how they use their words to talk about the world around them, talk about their own experiences.
That's it.
Yeah, so you guys have any other comments or questions or anything? else you thinking about in this video?
Pretty much.
Thank you guys for talking to me about this.